So I have been wanting to move all day long, but I've been so busy. I just finished teaching and just wanted to come up here and move my body a little bit. So we're gonna use the foam roller, and let's start with our hips on top of the foam roller. So go ahead and lay on down. You want there's two places that you can have your foam roller. More that like low back, what I call like the love handle spot, or more in the middle butt where your piriformis and medial glute are. Both areas can tend to be a little bit tender, so you can kind of move back and forth and decide where you would rather be. So I'm going to hold the sides of the roller. My legs are up at tabletop, and I'm just kind of settling into my spine. So I want my tail pointing away from me, keeping my ribs heavy. I'm going to allow the knees to fall to the right, stretching through the hips, the lower back, exhaling through center, and taking it over to the other side. And just alternating a few times back and forth from the right, exhaling through center, up and over to the left, exhaling through center. I fell this weekend. We were up in the mountains, and it was raining. It wasn't raining when I was out there, but the stairs and steps and rocks and everything were a little wet. And it's like an older place. So there's also a lot of like lichen, moss in the area. And to stay over to one side and march your legs back and forth. So like my biggest fear is falling. And of course my leg just slipped right out from underneath me and I fell. And I can feel, which I have not felt this whole entire time, my tailbone while I'm doing this. I feel more my arms. They're sore and bruised up. Taking your legs up and over to the other side, marching back and forth. But I can definitely feel like a little difference on this left side, especially because I caught myself with my right hand. So I think my left side hit a little bit harder. Go back over to the right side. Pull both those knees in and away from you. Kind of shifting back and forth into that hip, just mashing out the side of your butt. And then taking that up and over to the other side, same thing, just mashing out the hip. And then coming back to center. So I'm going to adjust my roller because I want my tail to lengthen over my roller. I'm going to stretch my left leg all the way out long, and I'm going to bend my right leg in towards my body. And right now I'm just feeling this oppositional push-pull. So I'm feeling my arms pulling my right leg in towards me and visioning somebody pulling my left leg away from me. So my pelvis is lengthening long over the foam roller. I don't want to tuck my spine into the foam roller. You won't get as much of a stretch. And then I'm going to slightly shift this right leg just outside of my ribs, feeling how that changes the stretch in my pelvis. Feeling a little bit more in that groin, inner hip. And then taking this left leg and sliding it back and forth from the left to center. And I'm trying to emphasize keeping my leg low on the floor. So I really feel this stretching through that groin and inner thigh. And then I'm going to plant that left foot down on the floor. And I'm going to bicycle my right leg. So I'm going to extend it straight up to the sky. Straight leg lowers all the way down. Bending the leg in. Extend and stretch up. Straight leg reaches long. For 3, Stretching out of the socket and down. One more. Straight leg reaches all the way down. We're going to reverse it. Kick the leg straight up, bend it in, reach it down long. Up, bend it in, reach it down long. One more time. Kick the leg straight up to the sky. Externally rotating it in the hip and draw big circles. Down, around, and up. Straight, strong leg. Down, around, and up. Lots of popping going on in my hip. It's like, hello. Two more. Last one. Holding it up at the top, we're going to reverse the direction. So you're going to go down and circle around. Reaching down, circling around. Two more. Last one. And plant that foot down. Grabbing the back of the left leg, pulling the left leg in towards you, bending the leg, stretching your right leg long and away from you. Oh, this side's a little bit tighter. Feel that tail lengthening away from you like it's reaching over the foam roller. Feel the back of that right thigh softening down towards the mat. Maybe moving this left leg just outside the ribs. Feeling how that changes the stretch a little bit. Keeping that waistline heavy into the mat. You can keep your left leg where it is or bring it back to center. The right leg's going to start to wave out to the right, back to center. Stretching open through the hip and groin. And then planting that right foot down onto the mat, bicycling the left leg, extend it straight up to the sky, straight leg lowers all the way down. Bend the knee in, extend and stretch it up, reach it long for 3. Stretch and reach. Feel like someone's trying to pull that leg out of your hip socket. Keeping those ribs heavy so you feel that deeper stretch, maybe even into your belly. One more time. Hold the leg long. We're going to reverse it. Kick it straight up. Bend it in. Stretch it long. Up. Bend it in. Stretch it long. Two more. Last one. Holding that leg straight up to the sky, externally rotating the hip for your big circles, down, around, and up. Last 2. Last one. Let's reverse that direction. Circling around. Circling around. Two more. Last one. Good. Bending those knees into tabletop. We're going to make little circles. So we're going to take it over to the right, draw it down, around, and up. circling in that same direction, just kind of massaging the sacrum, that lower back. One more. Let's reverse that direction. Take it to the left, circling around. One more. Good. Hug those knees in. Keep your knees falling in, and your roller should fall out from underneath you like mine did. So planting your feet, arches on top of the foam roller, arms long by your sides. Root down into the foam roller as you start to tip your tail towards you, bridging your hips up. You want to feel your thighs reaching forward. Ooh, hammy cramp. Feel your thighs reaching forward towards the wall in front of you, and then melting down one bone at a time. Hello. Articulating those hips, reaching all the way up, inhaling at the top. Keep your ribs zipping down towards your hips. You don't want to flare your ribs at the top. It goes into your lower back. Rolling down, bone by bone. Inhaling at the bottom, tipping pubic bone towards belly button, lifting those hips. Feel like you're opening through the front of the hips and thighs at the top. Melting the spine with control back into the mat. A few more like that. Pressing down through the back of the arms and shoulders as you lift. Melting in control back down into the mat. 2. Feel the front side body stretching as you lift. This last one, we're going to stay lifted up at the top. We're going to march, bringing one leg up to tabletop. Root it down into the foam roller as you lift the other leg up, alternating back and forth. Make sure you're not pushing into your feet. You don't want your roller floating away from you. We want to root down into the foam roller. Stay lifted through the hips, pressing down through the back of the arms and shoulders. Last set, each side. Let's hold this right leg at tabletop. Let the hips lower down into the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift right back up. Hips lower for 4. Exhale to lift you. Down. Exhale, press for 3. Knee points up to the sky. Don't let the leg fold in towards you. One last time, we're going to keep the legs and hips lifted. Tap your right leg down. Exhale, lift. 5. Down. Up. 4. Pressing through the back of the arms and shoulders. Last 2. Last 1. Lower the foot back into the mat. Take a deep breath in. Melt your spine back down, one bone at a time. Inhaling at the bottom. We got the other side. Exhale as you lift those hips, bringing your left leg to tabletop. Keep your knee from folding in towards you as your hips drop into the mat. Exhale, press and lift back up. Kind of think of a flat back, lowering and lifting. Not so much of an articulation that can really cramp that hamstring. For 3, press. 2, knee points up to the sky. Last one, we're going to stay lifted and hold. The left leg taps down and up for 5. Lower, lift. 4. Up and down for 3. Reach. 2. One last time, hold it here. Lower your foot back to the foam roller and then lower the spine all the way down. We're going to extend those legs all the way out long. The back of my Achilles is over the foam roller. I like doing roll-ups like this because it lifts your legs a little higher, and to me you can depress down through the back of your thighs, which helps you lift up. But if you still get stuck, remember you can always bend your leg in and help lift you with this modified variation. So arms to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling as we curl and peel, rolling all the way up. Stretch and reach towards your toes. Flex your toes back towards your head. Rolling the spine up to seated. Melting down through the lower back, the middle back, upper back, and head. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhaling as we peel, curl, lift, stretch, and reach all the way up, breathing into the lower back. One of the other reasons why I really like the legs lifted when doing roll-ups is because I can actually feel my lower spine articulating, where normally if I was flat on the mat, I would kind of bypass that, but it really helps me press in to the mat to curl up to seated. 2 more times. Inhaling at the bottom, exhaling. Curl and peel, stretch and reach over at the top. Starting to see a little bit more flexibility in each repetition. One last time here, deep breath in, exhaling as we curl, stretch and reach over at the top. This one we're gonna stay seated. So we're gonna separate the legs a little wider than our foam roller, if you can. And you're gonna pull the foam roller a little bit closer towards you. This one in our mat series is called Spine Stretch Forward. I want you to stay over your butt bones. So I don't want you to tip into your pubic bone, because then you're just hinging into the hip crease. So I want you to vision your back up against a wall. And if you want to, you can even put yourself up against the wall. So my hands are gonna go onto my foam roller, visioning my spine nice and tall. I'm gonna start from the crown of my head, and I'm tipping my chin forward. I can feel my shoulders relax as I continue to round forward. Now that foam roller is continuing to round forward as well, as I flex into my ribs and my upper back, but trying really hard to keep my lower back pressing against that imaginary wall. Feel the shoulders depressing down into the roller as I restack my spine, one bone at a time to seated, taking a deep breath in at the top. Exhaling as I nod my head forward, round and reach, stretch and lengthen, pressing that lower back towards the imaginary wall behind me. Feel that belly scooping in as I stack my bones back up, one at a time. One more, nodding the head forward, rounding forward, stretch and reach. Again, feeling the arms depressing down into the roller, stacking my bones one at a time, nice and tall. Now I'm going to take my left hand to the right corner, and my right arm, palm faces up, reaching behind me. And then I'm going to saw forward, rounding and stretching a little bit deeper this time, stretching those arms in opposition, curling through the spine, rolling up one bone at a time. Taking my right arm across, left arm behind me, round and reach forward, sawing off that left side, stretch and reach those arms in opposition, curling into the spine, rolling back up to seated, crossing over to the right, stretch and reach. You can also feel this lovely lower back, lower waistline stretch. That area is called your quadratus lumborum, QL to be short. And this is an area that gets really tight on people, causes a lot of lower back issues. So if you like those swinging sports like golf or tennis, this should be a really great stretch for you. Reaching all the way forward. We're just gonna do one more each side, making sure those booty bones are depressing down into the mat. And last time to the other side. Stretch and reach forward, stretching long in opposition, and rolling back up to seated. Good. So now we're going to put our shins on the foam roller in a quadruped position. Hopefully my wrists are not too bothered by this because of my fall earlier this week. All right. So we're going to start with the foam roller right at the kneecap. In our reformer classes, this is called kneeling abdominals facing the back. So I'm stacking my shoulders and wrists, rooting down, pushing the floor away so I stay wide across my ribs. And then exhaling the knees under me, inhaling those legs back. Exhaling as those legs pull in, inhaling as you extend it back. Trying not to shift from the shoulders or the wrists. Really focus on using the core to round and flex those legs in. 2 more. Last one. Lowering down. So now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to rotate my legs to the left because my left side's facing you guys. And I'm going to angle my knees towards my left wrist, left elbow about 5 or 6 times. So again, starting with the roller at your knees, but this time I'm angling my knees so my lower half is slightly rotated. My chest and shoulders are forward. And I'm exhaling those knees under me and back. Exhale and back. 3, 4. Getting into that right waistline. 1 more. And back. Let's adjust that roller. Mine wiggled around. And turn those knees to the right shoulder. Take a deep breath in, stacking the wrists. Exhale, pulling in and back. 2, connecting with that left waistline. 3, exhale. 1 more. And rest. Kind of like a nice little massage on the shins. All right, let's get into those abs just a little bit more. This time, we're gonna turn the foam roller the long way. Lay your butt onto the edge of the foam roller, and then lay your spine down over the foam roller. Your head and tail should be fully supported. Arms reaching long, feet are grounded. Drop your tail heavy and relax through the glutes. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling as those upper abs curl the head and chest forward. No tucking of the pelvis, which is pretty obvious on here. And then lowering the head back down. Exhaling, feel your fingertips reaching long as you curl the head and chest forward. And then lowering back to the mat. Lifting for 3. Lowering with control. Lifting for 2. Keeping those glutes relaxed. Last one, curling forward, lifting up, lowering with control. Our hands are the only thing pressing down into the mat now. If you need to, you can always drop down to your forearms, just making sure the chest and collarbones stay open. Drawing one leg up to tabletop, the other leg comes up to meet it. Find your balance first. Tail drops heavy. Ribs are heavy, so you do feel a little bit of natural space in that lower back. Keep your legs at tabletop. Head and chest curls forward again, pressing down into the arms to curl the head up. Inhaling as you lower with control. Exhaling, curling head and chest forward. Inhaling as you lower. 3 more. Flexing through those ribs, keeping the lower half completely steady. Feels as though the ribs are flexing down into the hips. Stay lifted here. Keep your focus between the thighs or on the belly. Single leg stretch. Right leg extends. Left leg extends. Alternate. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Last one. Lower the head back to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, head and chest curls back up. Both legs together, extend and flex. Inhale to reach, exhale to bend. For 3, 4. Stay lifted, stay strong. For 3. We're going to 8, last 2. Last 1. Lower the head down. This time your legs are going to go straight up to the sky. I personally like Pilates V feet because it helps to cut off the hip flexors. Keep the feet relaxed, head can stay down, or curl the head and chest up. From the hips, both of the legs lower together. Exhale them up to the sky. down, together. Exhale to lift. Woo, shaky legs for 3. Reaching out for 2. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way with my counting. This is 5. We're going to 8. We got 3 more. This is what happens when you've been teaching since 7 a.m. 2. One more time. Whew. Getting hot in here. All right, we got 2 more versions. Legs go back up to the sky. Head can stay down, or go ahead, curl the head and chest up. Scissor those legs. Lower 1 and switch. 2. Reaching. 3.
Good evening.
2 more. Last one. Rest it down. Whew. Planting your feet onto the mat. Take your hands behind your head. Keep your tail heavy. Little elbow points are slightly rotated up. That just helps to keep these ribs knit together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you curl and twist to one side. Lowering with control. Curling forward. Rotating to the other side. Lowering with control. Exhale, lift. Twist and release. Exhale, lift. Twist and release. 3 more. 2. Last set. Last one. And release. Let the arms open out to cactus arms. Breathing into the chest. Breathing into the shoulders. Letting your body just melt into the mat. Melting into the foam roller. Maybe spiraling those arms up to a high cactus and spiraling down to a flat cactus arm, lifting and rotating back. One more time. Spiraling those arms down towards the floor. Keep them low to the floor. As you draw your hands to touch overhead, try to let those elbows open back out to the mat. Feel that stretch deeper into the shoulders, the underarms. And we're going to glide that back and forth. Let those elbows drop down below the shoulders, lifting up above the shoulders. This one's tight for me, so just go slow and enjoy that stretch through the shoulder girdle. Try not to hold any tension, just letting those arm bones gently move in the socket. Trying to relax into the mat. And then stretch those arms long overhead. And then sweep those arms down and reach them all the way back up overhead. Down into the sides, reaching up and back for 3. Relaxing into the mat for 2. One last time. Sweeping those arms back, open those arms out, all the way down by your sides. Gently rolling off of your roller, coming to seated, and we are all through. A little bit of stretch, a little bit of work. I got a little sweat going on during that ab series. I hope you did too. Have a great night.